Well, Skylark Children, Youth and Families is an agency that works with young people with mental health challenges as well as complex special needs and their families. We came up with the name Skylark when we merged back in October 2016.
Actually, the wonderful part of our name is that youth actually chose it. And really, they love the symbolism of that little skylark bird that, nests on the ground and it's kind of plain and kind of nondescript, and then all of a sudden soars with the most beautiful of music. The essence of Skylark is finding a way to work together to support whatever problem's going on for that child or youth and to support the family to get through it. All of us in life have problems. It's how we solve them.
I remember being in high school and feeling so nervous and so shaky all the time every time I had to leave the house to go to school or even being in a classroom. And it came to the point where I would just not go to school at all. And my teachers were starting to contact my mom. My friends were worried and they would reach out and ask me what was going on, but I would lie to them because at that time I felt ashamed of being nervous to go to school because I felt like that was kind of stupid and not normal to be feeling this way.
I was living not that well. I was doing drugs, not going to school, not listening to anyone.
Kenny has a disability called fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. A lot of kids like Kenny, it's very hard to find service because they don't really fit into the mental health sector, but they don't really fit into the developmental sector as well.
It was normal for me to kind of analyze everything someone said to me, and it would always come out as them saying something negative, even if they just said hello, because I didn't feel like there was anything I could do about it. That kind of in itself brought on panic attacks, and panic attacks suck. They're the worst. You just feel like you're paralyzed. You physically, for however long it lasts, which could be an hour, can't move, and you're just on the floor trying to be able to breathe, but you also feel like you're drowning. And all of this kind of wrapped together didn't really sum up for a very productive life. I wasn't able to do a lot of things I wanted to do, and most of my energy consisted of just mustering up the strength to get out of bed, to do what needed to be done, and to just not cry every 5 seconds.
I was really lost and kind of confused. I didn't really know exactly what was the root cause of what I should be doing, or what parts were my natural personality and which parts were a depression or anxiety.
People are experts in their own lives, and the important thing that we do is we work with young people and their families to make sure that our expertise and their expertise comes together in an individualized plan. Our approach to mental wellness is we do work in the community. We work in young people's schools. We can go to their homes. We have walk-in clinics and offices that are right in the communities that people live in. A lot of young people who struggle with mental health and complex special needs do not need a hospital setting. They need something else, and that's where Skylark comes in.
I didn't know what anxiety was until I came here, and talking to a therapist, it really put a lot of things in perspective for me, and I felt like someone was finally listening to me. I was able to communicate in ways that I wasn't able to communicate before. I feel like I'm a different person now than who I was before I was here.
My mom wanted me to quit my bad habits that I had, and so she was looking into group homes, and then she found Skylark.
Well, Kenny came to the special needs team through a case conference that we had with another Skylark service. Traditional mental health services such as counseling, short-term residential treatment placements were attempted with Kenny, but they were not successful. Our team was able to partner with Bayfield to develop a specific program for 3 young men who all were diagnosed along the fetal alcohol spectrum, and we were able to design something with their needs specifically in mind. So where this program's been very helpful with Kenny is that he has one-to-one support always with him. Since moving in, he has really blossomed.
I started going to school and my life changed like totally like right around. And now I'm going to school, getting good grades.
He's getting along so much better with his mom and his sister, has visits every week with them, and is doing exceedingly well.
It was about in grade 9, my mom was looking for different places that I could go and get therapy and see somebody, and we ended up going to the walk-in because everywhere else had wait lists that were 3 to 6 months long. And initially I did the walk-in a couple times, which led to brief, and then I did a couple months in long-term therapy. I think after Skylark, I just got a lot of clarity. I was able to kind of talk about it, not just with myself, I guess, but also being able to talk with other people and being open about how I'm feeling and what I need. I'm going to be helping direct my school play and run a Model United Nations Club, so these are things that I'm really excited about, and previously doing similar activities was just really nerve-wracking, and I could never even dream of being in charge of something or helping other people accomplish anything. But I think now it's going to be a really, really amazing grade 12 year.
Skylark means to me like the world. For one, I honestly would not be here today if it wasn't for Skylark. Every time I come back here, I just feel like I'm coming home.
All of us get into this work because we want to make a difference. That's the exciting part of this work and the legacy of why people do this. You can actually help the whole system move forward, not just the organization.
I think it's really important to also recognize and acknowledge the young people and families that we work with every day. You know, they have the courage, they have the bravery, they have the hope that inspires us every day to come to work and do the best that we can do.
If you don't dream it, it can't happen. And I think this organization is really good at dreaming and seeing the possibilities. And so my biggest wish is that continues.